Recently, when I've opened the top over the sink, there's been a stale smell. Today, I'm going to be sanitizing our freshwater tank, our black water tank, and our gray water tank with two very simple ingredients. Hi, I'm Randy, and this is my channel. I am so thrilled you're here. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button below so we can adventure together. I started to notice just a little bit of a funky kind of stale smell when I opened the cover of our sink. It's not a bad smell, but it is a little unpleasant. I've also noticed a little bit of a stale smell in the bathroom. So today, we're going to do something about this. To get the job done and sanitize our freshwater tank, our gray water tank, and our black water tank, we're going to be using regular household white vinegar and bleach. We are actually going to be park hopping today because we're going to use bleach and we're going to use vinegar and then have all this slosh around as we're going from one park to the next park, therefore cleaning and sanitizing all of our tanks. We are going to be using bleach to sanitize the gray and the black water tanks, and we're going to be using the vinegar to sanitize the freshwater tank. Our first step is we're going to completely fill our fresh water tank with water. We have a 20-gallon fresh water tank, so we're going to completely fill that with water, and our gray water tank is 30 gallons and our black water tank is 9 gallons. So we're going to take that 20 gallons of fresh water and we're going to put 15 gallons of that fresh water into our gray tank, and then we're going to put about 4 or 5 gallons into the black water tank. The fresh water tank is full. Now that our fresh water tank is full, we're going to run that water into the gray and into our black tanks. Because we're just doing the freshwater system, we're going to bypass the hot water tank. We've turned the valves so that we are going to be bypassing the water heater. To get the water flowing, we're going to turn on our water pump. Now that the fresh water tank is full, we're going to turn on the faucet on the kitchen sink and let this water run into the gray tank. We want to monitor this so that we can watch and make sure we get about 15 gallons into the gray tank and about 4 or 5 into the black water tank. Next, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of bleach into the gray water tank while the rest of the water is going through. Next, we're going to take the remaining water from the fresh water tank and put it into our black water tank. To the black water tank, I'm going to now add a little less than 1/8 of a cup of bleach. We've now added the bleach and all of the water to the black water tank. Now we're going to refill our fresh water tank again with new fresh water. Next, I'm going to add about 4 cups of vinegar to the fresh water tank. We're putting good old-fashioned vinegar into the fresh water tank to sanitize it. I mentioned in the beginning that we're park hopping. That's because we filled our black and gray tanks with water and bleach and our freshwater tank with water and vinegar. Now as we're driving down the road, it's going to be sloshing around and cleaning the tanks as we're driving down the road. The next park we're headed to is about an hour away, and the further the better. The more sloshing you can get in, the cleaner your tank will get. On to park number 2. The bumpier the road, the better. Why do dogs love having their head out the window so much? stopped to get some lunch. Home of the roasted chicken. We're getting close to our second park, and I wanted to mention the reason we're choosing a park that's got water hookups is so that we can easily drain the tanks a couple of times. This will make it more convenient for us flushing more water through and getting rid of the bleach and the vinegar. There's the campground. We're gonna be staying at Nelson's Landing RV Park in Nelson, Wisconsin. We're here at the second park, and as I mentioned, we chose this park because it's got water hookups. Now we're gonna empty our black tank. All we have in our black tank right now is the water and bleach. Now we're going to empty the gray tank. We're going to turn our water pump back on. Next, we're going to run water to the gray tank again to get all of the water that was in the fresh tank that had vinegar in it to funnel through and go down the drain to the gray tank. Also, flush water down from the fresh tank to the black tank. It looks like the fresh tank is empty. Now we're going to refill our freshwater tank again with new fresh water. So we're gonna fill up our tank with about 5 gallons of water and then go turn it on inside and see if we smell or taste any vinegar. I don't taste any vinegar. I'm not gonna smell the toilet to see if it still smells like bleach, but I would imagine that most of the bleach is gone because we ran over 20 plus gallons through the black tank. Now that that's all done, we're going to connect to the direct water hookup that's here at the park. Since we've got access to fresh water this way, we should be good to go. Princey thinks washing and sanitizing tanks is a hard job. That was a really easy process in which we were able to sanitize and clean our tanks. Have you sanitized and cleaned your RV tanks? If so, I'd love to learn your process. Please share with me in the comments section below this video.